The first campfires are found at this point, and we can see that there are these incredible historical correspondences. We know that the last time that the galactic alignment happened, hundreds of species disappeared.
Skeptics claim that an ancient interpretation of the stars is unlikely to have any significant impact on our lives. But the astonishing achievements of ancient Mayan astronomers still mystifies experts today.
Until recently, we looked at most of the higher civilizations or advanced cultures in the Americas as being slightly below what had developed in the West. But they were, in fact, anything but primitive. Particularly the Mayan, who are probably the greatest culture of astronomers on the planet.
The Maya believed that that black hole at the center of the Milky Way was the navel of the galaxy from which the stars were born. And today astronomers believe that, in fact, that black hole at the center of the galaxy is where the stuff that the stars and the planets are made. Pretty darn good for 1,500 years ago.
We still do not know how the Maya were able to pinpoint these amazingly accurate astronomical occurrences. But their obsession with the heavens is clear. They carefully position their temples and monuments to mirror the constellations. Some believe they even play out their predictions of the coming 2012 alignment on a mystical ball court, where the ball going through the stone hoop represents the sun aligning perfectly with the center of the galaxy, known as the Dark Rift.
The ball court is the Milky Way. The ball is also the December solstice sun. And the gold ring is the Dark Rift in the Milky Way.
This ritual ball game not only reenacts the alignment, but according to researchers, it also incorporates the possible life or death consequences the alignment brings. For if the players cannot get the ball through the hoop, their leader is brutally beheaded.
Now, Mayan society itself was far off in time from our time period. In other words, they were looking into the future to see the time period we're in now, when the sun would rise inside the ball court. But they were very aware of the fact that as this happened, there would be a great deal of change on the planet.
If researchers are right that the Maya end their calendar to coincide with the coming galactic alignment in 2012, is this a determined attempt to caution future generations?
The question becomes, how did the Mayans and Nostradamus, how do they all have the same idea? And why, now that we're approaching this time period, is the world seemingly going to hell? Which is what they said would happen.
The quatrains of Nostradamus hold intriguing warnings about the hazards that may lie ahead.
Because of heat like that of the sun on the sea, the fish around Negroponte will be half-cooked, when in Rhodes and Genoa there is lack of food.
Some interpreters believe that this Nostradamus quatrain points to global warming as the trigger for a coming crisis.
Nostradamus seems to try to describe global warming as a fire in the sky, something as a blazing sun.
Since 1998, every single summer has been hotter than the summer before. Every single one.
Some suggest that the galactic alignment will coincide with a peak in solar activity. This controversial theory holds that the sun's impact on the Earth waxes and wanes over time, and that a solar peak can cause massive disruptions, including an increase in global temperatures.
Our own scientists are telling us that our solar cycle, the solar cycle of our sun right now, will peak right about the 2012 solstice, right in that time. And when it peaks, and this is a quote from National Center of Atmospheric Research in Boulder, Colorado, one of the scientists there used a highly technical term to describe what this peak would be. He said it would be a doozy.
They think that within the next year there probably won't be any ice on the North Pole in the summertime, for the first time in all of recorded human history.
The melting of the polar ice caps, the rising of sea level, massive storms.